everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now when deciding to change up your hard-earned fiat currencies into something lovely and shiny like silver, there's an awful lot of choice out there, so much so that it can be quite daunting for beginners and indeed seasoned stackers alike. So today's video, inspired by Silver Forum member Fastnick, aims to give a brief overview of some of the different options out there and some of their pros and cons. So hopefully today's video's got something for everybody, both new and seasoned. In fact, I'm calling upon seasoned stackers to comment on this video with your own thoughts and opinions on today's subject, because I know that a lot of the new stackers out there get a lot of value from reading the insights of people who've been there and done that. So please feel free, new or old, to comment on today's video as we go through. It's also important to remember that today's video is not financial advice. I'm not here telling you what is right or wrong. In fact, one of the whole problems with this game is that there are so many different options that are right for different people in different circumstances and different countries all around the world. So there's no one opinion which is right, and today it's not financial advice, it's just a collection of opinions. So please do remember that. So changing up your currencies like these lovely £50 notes into hard-earned silver is very, very daunting for a new stacker. But more so is choosing what type of silver. Now, there's so many different types, it's hard to really kind of categorize them all, but basically I see them as kind of 2 or 3 main categories. You've got your modern kind of bullion grade coins, which are like these Britannias and Eagles. You've got kind of old school, what some people call constitutional or junk silver, so old circulation coins which are made of silver. And then you've got kind of the other category, which is still kind of 999 pure silver, but it's in the form of just bars, chunks, lumps of silver. So they're not coins, they're just big old lumps of silver. That's quite a broad generalization. There are, of course, other types of investments that you can make in silver, both paper, mining stocks, and all of that. But today we're going to kind of focus primarily on physical stuff. And coins versus bars, I guess, is a really good place to start. So coins versus bars. Should you have coins or should you have bars? It's going to vary from person to person. So let's just break it down a little bit. Some of the benefits of having coins. Coins are recognizable. Coins have been used for thousands of years in human society. So coins are recognizable as kind of currency. Now, a lot of the different coins have different benefits. For example, the Britannias in the UK carry capital gains tax exemptions. So if you have a particularly large stack or silver massively increases, then coins like those Britannias, or indeed coins like the Queen's Beast series, which have a pound denomination on them, like on the reverse here, you see £10 coin, they will be capital gains exempt, so you can make lots of profit on them and not have to worry about paying taxes. And I believe the same is right for American Eagles in the US as well. So that's one place to look at and to start. These coins are fantastic. They are made of pure silver and they have that benefit over perhaps constitutional stuff. People like myself will be happy to buy 999 pure silver coins because they can melt them down and make poured silver bars quite easily without having to refine them. So silver in its pure form is a pretty good bet. It's a pretty great place to start. However, coins do carry premiums, and when I say premiums, I mean the price that you pay for the coin above the price of the metal that it's made out of. Now, one confusing thing that a lot of people perhaps don't understand is that these coins will often have the denominations. So you'll see we've got £2 coin here and we've got $1. That's a nominal value that's on the coins that kind of legally make them a coin. But of course, silver fluctuates in price daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. So it's very difficult to kind of ever say, well, you know, we're going to make a silver coin and give it the price of silver today, because in a month's time it could be different, and in 10 years' time it most certainly will be different. So that's a really interesting kind of element. So coins are good, but they have the premiums. You know, they have to be minted, you have to have the dies made for them, the manufacturers have to create them, design them, and that all costs time, money, and energy and resources. So that's something to factor in. And whilst the premiums might not be very high on things like the Britannias over the sort of Eagles and things like that, it does carry a bit of a premium. So, you know, that is an interesting thing to consider. Of course, coins come in so many other different designs. The eclectic mix of them is incredibly daunting, and just knowing what type of coin to buy. I mean, here I've got, granted this last one here, this Z-Sin Scoffer isn't technically a coin, but it's coin shaped. You know, there are so many different mints and designs out there, and knowing which mint and which design is right to buy is almost impossible. In fact, it is impossible. All the different mints have different benefits. Places like the Perth Mint do really, really high quality work, but again, their items come at a premium. Places like the, well, I don't even know which mint makes these, the Rwandan Nautical series or the Rwandan Wildlife series, you know, they're really very nice coins, but they come at a premium. You can see these are supplied individually in OMPs. Big tubes of coins like the Britannias are just supplied in tubes, and all of these little things add to premiums. And these then start reaming into the world of collector's items rather than just investing in the metal. If you are interested in investing in simply in the metal alone, then perhaps items like this Star Metals bar is the right option to do. Just having just a big lump of silver. That is exactly what this is. It is just a 10.43 ounce lump of silver. Now, arguably this Star Metals bar, which I believe was made in the 1970s, I think. I seem to remember doing a video on it, researching it a little bit. Made in the 70s in California, I believe. You know, maybe this has a bit of a collector's, you know, tinge to it now, and it can be seen as something that might have a premium if you look to sell it. But another giant chunky bar like this one here, you know, when I purchased this one over on the Silver Forum, it was a pretty low premium price over spot. Arguably this one could have a collector's premium to it as well, Engelhard being a desirable brand, and this being a fairly rare bar with I think only about 1,500 of them made. So you can just invest in the lump of silver, but that will have its drawback as well, because unlike these silver coins, well, first of all, you know, 10.43 ounces of silver in a bar like this, at least if you've got 10 coins, you can split them up and you can have different coins sold to different people and you can have different amounts coming in. You don't need to find one buyer with 10.43 ounces worth of fiat currency on hand to purchase it. Whereas with coins, it's, you know, easier to break it down and have obviously lots of different little revenue streams coming in. So that's something to factor in as well. When you've got a big lump like this, there really is only one thing that can end up happening to this. It'll either be another investment for somebody just in the pure weight, or it will be melted down and made into something else. So that's definitely something to factor in. You can get bars in different sort of collectible forms as well. It's not just exclusively in silver. These are kind of like the silver coins, except they're kind of private mint bars. Again, you know, these will come at a little bit of a premium depending on where and how you buy them. And it's just simply another form of silver. Some people prefer bars, some people prefer coins. Now, another element here that we've got on the table is what we call constitutional silver or old silver coins. A lot of what we've talked about already, these, apart from perhaps things like this bar here, these are all modern bullion coins, modern issue government coins, which aren't technically in circulation legal tender. I mean, technically they're legal tender, but they're not sort of in circulation. Old school coins like these old American 90% quarters and dimes, these are a very, very good way of investing in silver, because you can often get these, certainly if you're in America, you can get these for free well, not technically for free, you can buy this one for 25 cents if you're lucky enough to find it in circulation. Or alternatively, you can often buy these from different dealers or on the second-hand market for pretty low premiums. They don't come too much above the metal prices, and of course you can buy at a certain price and then you can sell it at a certain price. And again, the fractional nature of these is that you can have, you know, small amounts of money saved up in them and then release that fund or those funds quite quickly and easily, compared with a giant lump of silver. So constitutional stuff definitely has its benefit. Just listen to that lovely noise. It's pure sound of silver coinage that you just don't get with modern coins anymore. So those definitely have their place, and as you can see, I've got a bit of an eclectic mix for everybody. So what is right for you is a question which needs to be asked of yourself. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of everything here, and I think having diversification is really key. Now, there's one other area that we haven't really talked about, and that is things like hand-poured silver, like the silver that I purchased. Now, this stuff is akin to the Star Metals bar here, just a large lump of silver. But a lot of time, energy, effort, and resources goes into making hand-poured silver. And it's important to remember that if you are keen on purchasing things like this from some of the big suppliers out there, like MK Bars, YPS, myself or other people out there, that it will come at a premium because it's taken time, energy and money to make this, and that's really important to remember. These are not investments in the metal, they're investments in the brand, investments in the product that somebody has taken the time to make. So that's something really important to remember, and it's not going to be for everybody because it will be at a premium. Remember that. Premium is king, especially if you are looking to get returns on your silver over the long haul. Now, a lot of what I've been talking about today is also applicable to gold. I haven't had any gold out on the table here to show you, but it is equally as daunting and equally as confusing for new and seasoned stackers alike. And it's something that a lot of people get confused about, whether or not silver or gold is the right choice for them. So today we're kind of focusing more on the silver. And I'm going to finish up with my, I guess, it's not financial advice. I don't like giving financial advice, but I'm going to share my strategy here when it comes to having silver. Personally, I think that having a diverse portfolio of silver is really, really key. And when I say diverse, I've got here an example of so many different ways that you can be diverse, including this big chunky 50-ounce bar. So I've got size diversity here. You know, we've got fractionals all the way down to these little dimes which weigh about 3 grams of silver, all the way up to this 50-ounce troy or 50 troy ounce bar. So there's a huge range there in terms of the fractional differences. Also, you'll notice that I've got 90% constitutional stuff. I've got 999 pure government issue modern stuff. I've got rounds, I've got coins, I've got collectible items that are hopefully going to raise in premium over time. I've got bog standard Britannias, which, as you can see, I don't mind holding with my hands, getting fingerprints on, getting them all toned up, simply because they're investment in the metal itself. And these have their added benefit of being coins and capital gains tax exempt. So there's a whole different range of strategies there. And that's my sort of opinion on what is perhaps right for me. I'd love to know what is right for you, though. There are so many different options out there, and it's a really interesting topic that Fastnick suggested that we talk about here today, because ultimately making sure that you spend your cash on the right thing is critical, and it's important that you also do it responsibly. That's how I want to finish up today's video. If you are new to the world of silver, perhaps you've seen it in the news that silver prices are going up and now is a great time to buy. Always, always, always buy with caution. Make sure that when you're buying, you are buying within your budgets, within your responsible operating budgets for your investments, generally speaking. It's so critical because it's the key thing that makes a lot of people fall down when they invest in silver. They either buy the wrong thing or they buy too much of it, and then they're stuck with it, or when they sell it, they make a loss. And it's really, really important to remember that final point. So please do share your thoughts and opinions on this subject down below. I hope today's video has been of use to you newbies out there, and perhaps even some of you seasoned stackers. Please do feel free to comment down in the comment section with your thoughts and opinions on the different strategies that you have or you have not employed and why. It would be really interesting to see. And I'll see you down in the comment section. Otherwise, just generally put a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on our YouTube channel. If you would like to support our YouTube channel and purchase some silver at the same time, then head on over to our website, backyardbullion.com, where you can see an array of different hand-poured silver pieces that we create. But again, please be mindful that those items, they are not an investment in silver. I really don't want to be seen as pumping my hand-poured products here. These are an investment in me, in the brand, in the product, not in the metal itself. So please bear that in mind. And don't feel like you have to go and support us either. We're just fine. But if you do, the website is there. Otherwise, the last thing to say is if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see videos like it in the future, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, I wish you all a fantastic week. Thank you one and all for watching. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.